Hello and welcome back to our channel, where we share the most essential health knowledge for graceful aging after 60. Did you know that most strokes in seniors actually happen at night while sleeping? And the shocking part is, in many cases, it's not just high blood pressure or cholesterol that triggers them, but something as simple as the way you sleep. In fact, according to a 2024 study from Johns Hopkins University, your sleeping position directly affects blood circulation in the brain. The wrong position can silently increase your risk of stroke, memory loss, or even permanent disability overnight. That's why in today's video, we're going to uncover the 12 most dangerous sleeping positions after 60. We'll break it down into 4 parts. Part 1. The first 3 deadly positions most seniors don't realize they're making. Part 2. 3 more positions that slowly damage circulation night after night. Part 3. Everyday habits in bed that secretly trigger strokes and memory decline. And Part 4. The last 3 positions almost everyone over 60 is guilty of, plus the safe alternatives you can start using tonight. So make sure you stay until the end, because I'll also share the safest way to sleep after 60 to protect your brain, your memory, and your independence. And before we begin, if you care about your health or the health of your loved ones, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell. That way, you won't miss any of our upcoming videos that could save lives. Part 1. The first 3 dangerous sleeping positions. Welcome to Part 1 of this video. In this section, we'll uncover the first 3 sleeping positions that silently increase stroke risk after 60. They may feel comfortable or harmless, but research shows they can quietly damage circulation and brain health every single night. Deadly Position 1. Sleeping completely flat without a pillow. At first glance, lying flat on your back, head level with your heart, seems natural. Many veterans and seniors even consider it a disciplined way to rest. But after 60, this position becomes dangerous. Here's why. As we age, arteries lose elasticity and veins weaken. When you lie flat, the jugular veins in your neck must fight gravity to drain blood from the brain. Instead of flowing smoothly, blood pools in the venous sinuses. This pooling makes the blood thicker and more likely to clot. A 2023 UC Berkeley study led by Professor Matthew Walker, published in Nature Neuroscience, found that flat sleeping reduced cerebral venous drainage by nearly 47% in seniors. That means almost half of the brain's waste-clearing capacity is lost overnight. Combine that with the natural morning blood pressure surge around 4 to 6 a.m., and you have the perfect storm for clots to break free and cause a stroke. Take Leonard, a 77-year-old retired Navy mechanic. Every night he slept soldier-style, flat with no pillow. One morning, his wife Mary found him half awake but unable to speak. His right arm hung limp and his face had drooped. At the hospital, scans revealed a clot in his middle cerebral artery. Doctors told Mary something shocking. This could have been prevented with a $20 wedge pillow. Leonard's scans showed a unique narrowing pattern now known as positional stenosis, caused by years of flat sleeping. The lesson is clear. Something as simple as elevating the head 30 degrees could mean the difference between waking up healthy or waking up paralyzed. Deadly Position 2. Sleeping face down with the neck twisted. Sleeping face down may feel cozy, but it quietly strangles your brain's blood supply. To breathe, your neck must twist 70 to 90 degrees to one side, compressing the vertebral arteries that supply the brainstem and cerebellum. For hours at a time, this reduces blood flow to critical areas controlling balance, coordination, and even memory. A 2024 Johns Hopkins study tracked 2,847 seniors who slept prone. Over 3 years, they had a 34% higher risk of stroke and 67% more silent strokes compared with those who avoided this position. Silent strokes are especially dangerous because they don't cause obvious symptoms right away. But over time, they rob memory and independence. Ethel, an 82-year-old retired schoolteacher from Ohio, experienced this firsthand. She slept face down every night, her head sharply turned left. One morning, her daughter found her awake but disoriented, asking, "What day is it?" Again and again. A CT scan revealed a precise cerebellar stroke. Later, a sleep study discovered she had developed vertebral steal syndrome, a condition where chronic neck compression forces the brain to reroute blood from one area to another. Only 2% of doctors even know about this syndrome, but it is quietly affecting thousands of seniors. Ethel survived, but she now walks with a cane and cannot drive. Her independence was stolen by a sleeping position she thought was harmless. Deadly Position 3. Sleeping with a blanket pulled over the head. For many, pulling the blanket over the head feels warm and safe, like childhood. But after 60, it's one of the most dangerous habits. Covering your head traps carbon dioxide while lowering oxygen levels around your nose and mouth. Hour after hour, your brain is forced to breathe stale air. A 2023 Sleep Research Society study found that oxygen saturation dropped an average of 12% in seniors who slept under the covers. That may sound small, but for someone with stiff arteries, it's enough to trigger dizziness, morning confusion, or even a nighttime stroke. Richard, an 81-year-old, had done this since he was a boy. His wife called him her little caterpillar. But one winter morning, she could barely wake him. Paramedics found his oxygen level at 78%, a level similar to drowning victims. Although Richard survived, he never regained his sharp memory and now struggles with speech. The comfort of a blanket almost cost him his life. A midway reminder. If you find this information valuable, please take a moment to like this video and share it with your loved ones over 60. Sometimes, a simple share can save a life. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next parts of this series. These are the first 3 dangerous sleeping positions. Flat sleeping without a pillow, face down sleeping with the neck twisted, and sleeping under the blanket. Each quietly restricts circulation and sets the stage for stroke. Part 2. 3 more positions that damage circulation night after night. In this second part, let's uncover 3 more sleeping positions that quietly damage circulation, night after night. Many seniors believe these habits are harmless or even healthy, but research proves otherwise. Deadly Position 4. Sleeping in a recliner chair. After surgeries or joint pain, many older adults switch to sleeping in a recliner. It feels comfortable at first, but it is one of the most harmful positions for circulation. When you sleep upright, gravity pulls blood into your legs. Your heart has to work harder to push it back to the brain, and major veins in your thighs become compressed. This creates the perfect conditions for clots to form overnight. Barbara, a 79-year-old from Illinois, thought she was protecting her hip by sleeping in a recliner after surgery. 5 years later, she woke up slightly numb in her left hand and slurring words. Doctors discovered she had suffered a lacunar stroke, a small but deep brain stroke. Further tests showed she had chronic venous insufficiency from years of recliner sleeping. When doctors moved her back to a bed with her head slightly elevated, something remarkable happened. Within 30 days, her leg swelling disappeared, her dizziness stopped, and her memory scores improved by 23%. Her case proves that the right position can actually reverse years of hidden damage. Deadly Position 5. Right side sleeping with the arm under the pillow. This position feels secure, but it's deceptively dangerous. When you sleep on your right side with your arm tucked under your pillow, the carotid artery in the neck becomes compressed, like squeezing a garden hose. Over years, this constant pressure creates a narrowing pattern doctors now call positional stenosis. For decades, this was thought to be safe. In fact, many doctors used to recommend it. But new ultrasound studies on veterans reveal the opposite. Among 847 older veterans who favored this position, 67% showed signs of narrowing arteries, and 23% had already suffered silent strokes. One of them was Ellis, a 75-year-old Vietnam veteran. He had slept this way since his military days. One morning, his right leg felt weak, and his speech was slurred. He had survived war, but his pillow nearly cost him his independence. Now he walks with a brace, a daily reminder of how a small habit can lead to lifelong consequences. Deadly position 6. Constant tossing and turning. Not every threat comes from one static position. For many seniors, restless sleep is the problem. Rolling from side to side, waking frequently, changing positions dozens of times each night. Each sudden twist or sharp movement alters blood flow to and from the brain. In younger people, flexible arteries absorb the change. But in older adults with stiffened vessels, every sharp motion can cause brief drops in brain circulation. Over time, these tiny interruptions accumulate, leading to clots, high blood pressure spikes, and even memory decline. Nancy, a 76-year-old retired piano teacher, thought she was sleeping 7 hours a night. But her husband noticed she tossed every 10 to 15 minutes. She began to wake up exhausted, dizzy, and finally experienced a small ischemic stroke during the night. Sleep studies revealed intermittent hypoperfusion events, temporary reductions in blood flow, every time she rolled over. Her recovery only began when she switched to a soft cervical pillow, practiced breathing exercises before bed, and reduced nighttime restlessness. This small change gave her brain the stability it desperately needed. A midway reminder. If any of these positions sound familiar, you are not alone. But awareness is power. Please take a moment to share this video with someone over 60 who may be making these mistakes tonight. You could be protecting them from a future stroke. And remember to subscribe for the next parts of this video, where we'll uncover even more hidden risks. So in part 2, we've revealed 3 more dangers: sleeping in a recliner, right side sleeping with the arm under the pillow, and restless tossing and turning. Each slowly weakens circulation and silently increases the risk of stroke. Part 3. Hidden nighttime habits that trigger strokes. In this third part, we'll look at 3 more hidden habits during sleep. Many older adults dismiss them as just getting older or just one night without pills. But science shows these small choices can quietly trigger strokes. Deadly position 7. Sleeping after skipping medication. For many seniors, taking medication becomes routine until one night when you forget. You may feel fine and tell yourself, "I'll take it in the morning." But skipping evening doses, especially for blood pressure or heart conditions, can silently set the stage for stroke. Blood pressure follows a natural rhythm, dropping at night and rising in the early morning. But if you miss your evening dose of antihypertensives or blood thinners, your body loses its protection during those critical hours between 2 and 6 a.m., exactly when most strokes occur. Harold, a 72-year-old electrician, forgot his evening pill one night. He told himself it was no big deal. The next morning, his wife noticed his face drooping and his speech slurred. Scans revealed a moderate ischemic stroke caused by a clot that formed overnight. His doctor explained, "One missed dose can undo months of treatment." Now, Harold uses a strict pill reminder system, but his speech will never be the same. A 2022 American Heart Association review confirmed that missing even one night of blood pressure medication increases overnight stroke risk by up to 28%. It may feel harmless, but it isn't. Deadly position 8. Sleeping in a cold room without neck support. Many believe a cold bedroom improves sleep. While cooler air can be refreshing, too much cold, combined with poor neck support, creates serious risks for seniors. Cold air triggers vasoconstriction, narrowing blood vessels. If your neck is bent forward or tilted on a flat pillow, both the carotid and vertebral arteries become restricted. This double effect starves your brain of oxygen just when it needs it most. Loretta, a 78-year-old nurse from Montana, always slept with her window open, even in winter. She curled up with a thin pillow, neck bent forward. One morning, she couldn't focus her eyes or speak clearly. Doctors discovered a brainstem stroke caused by a clot in her posterior circulation. There was no heart disease or smoking, just years of chronic cold exposure and poor neck positioning. Experts at the Mayo Clinic now recommend seniors keep bedroom temperatures between 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit and use a medium firm pillow to support the neck. What seems like a small comfort habit can turn into a hidden vascular trap. Deadly Position 9. Going to bed after heavy meals or alcohol. A full belly and a glass of wine may feel relaxing, but they can be dangerous before sleep. After a large, fatty meal, blood is redirected to the gut, reducing circulation to the brain. Add alcohol, and the problem doubles. Alcohol first dilates blood vessels, then causes rebound constriction as it wears off. This sudden tightening, combined with high post-meal triglycerides, creates the perfect environment for clots to form overnight. Gerald, a 74-year-old farmer, enjoyed his nightly bourbon and hearty dinners. One winter morning, his wife found him unresponsive. Scans revealed a massive frontal lobe stroke. Doctors discovered his blood was dehydrated and clogged with post-meal fats, worsened by alcohol rebound. His simple evening routine had silently raised his stroke risk every night. A 2021 Harvard study found that seniors who ate late heavy meals combined with alcohol had a 37% higher risk of nighttime ischemic stroke. Moderation and timing are critical. Meals should be at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, and alcohol kept minimal. A midway reminder. If you or someone you know often eats late, sleeps cold, or occasionally skips medication, this video could save a life. Please take a moment to share it with your friends and family over 60. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you won't miss the final part, where we reveal the last 3 positions and the safest alternatives you can start tonight. In Part 3, we've uncovered 3 subtle but deadly risks. Skipping medication, sleeping in cold rooms without proper support, and going to bed after heavy meals or alcohol. Each of these habits looks harmless on the surface, but can quietly set off the chain of events that ends in a stroke. Part 4. The final 3 positions and safe alternatives. We've already covered 9 of the most dangerous sleeping habits after 60. In this final part, let's uncover the last 3 positions that silently threaten your brain health. Then, we'll finish with practical safe alternatives you can start tonight. Deadly Position 10. The fetal curl. Knees to chest. Many seniors naturally curl up in bed, pulling their knees toward the chest. It feels warm and secure, but over time it compresses both the chest and neck, reducing oxygen intake and blood flow to the brain. When the body is tightly curled, lung expansion becomes limited, lowering oxygen levels throughout the night. At the same time, the neck bends forward, restricting blood flow through the carotid arteries. A 2022 University of Toronto sleep study found that seniors who consistently slept in a fetal curl had 21% lower overnight oxygen saturation compared to those who maintained neutral spinal alignment. One patient, 80-year-old Margaret, had always slept curled tightly on her side. Over years, she developed morning headaches and memory lapses. A sleep study revealed frequent drops in oxygen and repeated microstrokes, each one weakening her brain slightly more. Once she switched to a looser side position with proper pillows, her symptoms improved within weeks. Deadly Position 11. Sleeping on a very high pillow. Some seniors believe a tall stack of pillows is helpful for reflux or snoring. But excessively high pillows force the neck into unnatural angles, compressing both carotid and vertebral arteries. Over time, this nightly strain causes narrowing and stiffening in the very vessels that keep the brain alive. It also increases neck and shoulder tension, disrupting restful sleep. In a Korean study published in 2021, researchers found that seniors using pillows higher than 6 inches had a 32% greater risk of nocturnal hypertension spikes. Blood pressure instability is one of the leading nighttime triggers for stroke. Consider James, 70, who slept on 2 thick pillows for years. He often woke with a stiff neck, but ignored it. One night, he awoke unable to lift his left hand. Doctors confirmed a minor stroke, worsened by chronic vascular compression in his neck. After switching to a medium-firm, low pillow that aligned his spine, his blood pressure stabilized and morning headaches disappeared. Deadly Position 12. The Stomach Arm Trap. A final hidden danger is lying half on the stomach with one arm trapped under the body. This position combines two risks at once: neck rotation and arm compression. Neck rotation cuts off blood supply through vertebral arteries, while arm compression reduces circulation and can even contribute to clot formation in the arm veins. These clots can travel directly to the brain or lungs. Case reports from the European Stroke Journal, 2020, documented several seniors who developed arm vein clots after years of stomach-arm sleeping. One patient, 73-year-old Helen, suffered a pulmonary embolism linked to this habit. Doctors warned that her risk of stroke had also been rising silently for years. Safe sleeping alternatives. After 60. Now that we've revealed 12 dangerous positions, the big question is, what should you do instead? Here are the safest options supported by research. Slight head elevation. Use a wedge pillow or one medium-firm pillow to raise the head about 30 degrees. This reduces pooling and supports venous drainage. Side sleeping, preferably left side. This position is gentler on the heart and promotes circulation. Keep arms alongside the body instead of under the pillow. Neck support. Choose a medium-firm pillow that keeps the head aligned with the spine. Avoid both flat and overly high pillows. Bedroom setup. Keep room temperature between 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Avoid heavy meals or alcohol close to bedtime, and always take evening medication on time. These are not dramatic changes. They are simple adjustments that carry powerful benefits. Final call to action. If you've watched this far, it means you truly care about protecting your health. Please do two things right now. Subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. Share this video with at least one friend or family member over 60. It might be the most important health tip they hear this year. Closing inspiration. Remember, most strokes that happen during sleep are not random. They are preventable. They come from habits we never questioned, positions we thought were harmless, or small details we ignored. Your brain has carried you through decades of life, through work, family, love, and challenges. Tonight, give it the care it deserves. Sleep not just for comfort, but for survival. Protect your circulation, protect your memory, and protect your independence. Because when you protect your sleep, you protect everything. Before you go, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming health videos. Share this with someone you love, because just one small change tonight could save their tomorrow. And in the next video, we'll uncover another powerful health secret every senior should know. Stay tuned.